Welcome to CI News.
Today we have a lot of great stories, but let's start with Eva discussing GE with Mr. Pierce.
So Rick, what did you do before you became the GE person?
Okay, well, before I became a GE coach, I taught middle school in Muskogee, Oklahoma, 7th grade English.
Cool. What got you started on being the GE coach?
Well, whenever I was still teaching in Muskogee, I was asked if I wanted to become an instructor at GE, and I said yes, and so I began teaching teachers in the summer, training them with Great Expectations, and I did that for about 2 or 3 years, and then I was asked by the administrator at that time if I wanted to become a full-time Great Expectations coach, and I said yes, and so I've been doing that now for 18 years.
Oh, cool. So you go all over the state. What's the craziest thing you've seen in a classroom?
My goodness, I think one of the craziest things I've seen was probably in a school in Oklahoma City. I was visiting classrooms and I discovered that one of the 3rd grade classes had a miniature pig as their class pet. And that miniature pig would roam all over the classroom whenever he wanted to. It was neat,
That's
though.
funny. Can you give us a real life scenario where you might need to use Great Expectations at any point?
Well, I use it all the time. I use it whenever I go into Walmart. Yeah, because it can get kind of crazy sometimes when you're pulling in the parking lot or when you're trying to push your basket down the aisle because there are a lot of people there. And I use it all the time whenever I allow others to go first, especially whenever somebody's wanting a parking spot. I try to remember those things that I use with Great Expectations in schools are the same things I'm trying to live by whenever I'm going to Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's good. What's your favorite expectation and why?
Well, I like all of them, but I think the one that stands out to me the most is probably expectation number 8 because it incorporates all the life principles. All 36 life principles are a part of that one, so it expands on so many different things, including the first 7. So I think that's probably why my favorite is practice or expectation number 8.
Yes, that's good. It definitely is an overall.
It is. Yes, it is.
Have you ever wondered about hidden places in CI? Emma is on the search for them. So I found 2 hiding spots, and they're actually staircases, so follow me to see the first one. So this is the first staircase, and it's right by Miss Owen's room. But sadly, we can't use them, but today I'm going to use them to show you guys. So this is the first staircase. As you walk down, it leads to the band room and the art room. And here we are. Here we go. So next we have our second staircase, which is in the library. So here we go. So we can't use this one either unless it's for an emergency. Here it is. And the floors are kind of squeaky, as you can tell, but that's because they're clean. So now it leads us to the front office.
As Miss Owens to discuss music and honor choir.
Well, Ms. Owens, we have a couple of questions for you today. The first one, we were wondering, how do you think honor choir impacts the students?
Well, I hope it impacts them positively. I assume it does. I believe that we have a really good time in here. You're a member of honor choir, so
Yeah.
I mean, you could speak on it just as easily as Emma or anybody else that's in it. But I mean, I feel like it really gives kids a good sense of a team atmosphere and a cooperative goals. You know, like we all want to sing well, we all want to perform well, so we work together, and I think it brings 5th and 6th graders together in a unique way that other groups may not. And there's like a million other things I could probably list, but I think those are some big ones. Okay.
Why did you decide to become a music teacher?
I was kind of a nerdy kid, and I got into a music program, and I really felt like it was a place where I was accepted, and I made a lot of friends that were a lot like me instantly, and then we kept being in the music group. Like, we enrolled in the same group every year, and then we became closer and tighter, and then it was almost like most of my friends were in there. And then I really started enjoying the music as I got older and we were playing more difficult things. So the first couple of years in band and orchestra and choir, it's fun, but it really gets fun later on when you're in like middle school, high school, when you start playing good music and taking trips and doing super fun things like that.
Call away, I'll be there to save the day. Superman got nothing on me. I'm only one call away.
The 6th graders have been learning music to play at a concert that they performed for their parents.
Miss Jones, I heard you were holding a competition in the library for the book The Meltdown. Could you tell us why you chose the competition to be a comic strip?
Sure. So I always have a hard time keeping Diary of a Wimpy Kid on the shelf in the library, and since we had only 5 books coming, or 5 copies of this book coming in, I thought it would be a great way, just to a fun way to showcase some of the creative abilities that our students have. And since Jeff Kinney uses a lot of drawings in all of his books, I just thought it would be a great fun activity for our students to get involved with.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want a Razor scooter.
What is the best Christmas present you've ever gotten?
Last year, my dad got me a rabbit for my Christmas.
What do you hope to get for Christmas this year?
Some cool blankets, clothes, and others.
What do you want this year for Christmas?
I'd probably like a new phone for Christmas.
What is the best Christmas present you've ever gotten?
The best Christmas present I've ever gotten has probably been a Nintendo Switch.
What do you want for Christmas?
I asked Santa for a cheetah print office chair for my classroom.
Okay. What is the strangest present that you've ever gotten?
The strangest present I have ever received is probably a pineapple, a real live pineapple,
Oh, wow.
wrapped up in a gift bag.
Okay. Pretty crazy. What is the strangest gift that you've ever received?
I would have to say it's not the strangest, but it's how my husband gave it to me. It was my diamond ring, and he purchased it, and he was replacing my first wedding ring, and my 4-year-old told me that they had just picked out my diamond, so my husband had to kind of give it to me crazy. So my first package I opened, it was a cheap $30 ring. And the second time he had it hidden in the tree, and I was really excited, and I opened it up and it fell in my lap. And when it fell in my lap, I started crying, and I was like, I was so excited I was getting a diamond, and it was my birthstone, it wasn't a diamond. And then the very last one, he goes, there's something in the tree, it's sparkling in the tree, and I ran out and I grabbed it, and I opened up and it was my diamond, it was my actual diamond. So.
Well, that wraps it up